You guys, welcome back to King Ols, and yes, on March 8th, 2024, less than a month's time, we will see Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia. And personally, I am really excited for this fight. I am. But I think a big question is, though, is this actually the right fight to make for boxing in general, and for, both AJ and Ngannou? Um, First, look, I think this is an interesting fight. I do think it's an interesting fight, and I feel like there are positives and negatives to this fight. I feel like a big positive is we'll get to see where Ngannou is really at, because obviously, AJ, like, we saw what AJ was able to do to Wallin, and we saw what Fury was like against Otto Wallin. So it's also going to show where Ngannou ranks. Like, can he do fight a similar fight to how he did against Fury against Anthony Joshua? It's also a fight where we could see where AJ's at as well, and could he compete with Fury? And I personally do believe he can. I feel like it'll be a more competitive fight than people do think. I think it's definitely a winnable fight for AJ. But I feel like this is a fight where we could really see where AJ is at. We saw what AJ was gonna be, and comparing him to Fury. Like, I know styles make fights and all that, but still, we can kind of get a bit of a telltale from it. We saw what AJ was able to do against Wallin compared to Fury, as I mentioned. And now we get a chance to see AJ in Ngannou and see how AJ can match up against Ngannou, and then compare that to how Fury did. And, let's see if AJ can really make a statement to Fury in this fight. And I feel like, in a way, that might be why AJ is taking this fight. Obviously, the money's playing a part in it, of course. But another part in it will be, I do feel like AJ wants to prove a point to Fury, because I feel like AJ really wants that Tyson Fury fight. And, if AJ can prove a big point here against Ngannou and get him out of there, then it sets a big statement to Tyson Fury. And I feel like a fight that all of us boxing fans want, especially British boxing fans. We all want the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight. And if AJ wins here and Fury gets the job done against Usyk, then it sets the AJ and Fury fight up perfectly. So I feel like that is a big positive for this fight. But negatives for this fight, I feel like would be, I feel like a fight that I would have really wanted to see, even though Wilder lost to Parker. If Wilder and Ngannou fight would have still really interested me, and I feel like still would have interested a lot of other people as well. Two extremely hard hitters. And, Ngannou's more technical than we think, than we thought. But obviously, I mean, I do think Wilder could have a really difficult and unpredictable style for Ngannou. But again, Ngannou could have a difficult style for Wilder. So I feel like that's a fight that, I'd be interested in. And Wilder and Ngannou could have been the right fight. Looking at it from AJ's perspective now, I feel like a fight that I really would have wanted to see for AJ would have been AJ and Zhang. Obviously, AJ and Hrgovic is out there, but the only reason I'd want to see AJ and Hrgovic is if it was for the IBF title. If it was not for the IBF title, which as of now it wouldn't be, then yeah, I would not want to see that AJ Hrgovic fight. I'd rather see AJ Ngannou than AJ Hrgovic. But AJ Zhang, I feel like it's a must-see fight for a lot of people, 100%. We saw the amateur fights. AJ got the win over Zhang. But yeah, now in the pros, it's a really, really, really interesting fight. But again, if we got AJ Zhang, we wouldn't have got Parker Zhang. And that Parker Zhang's a good fight. But yeah, again, I feel like, AJ Dubois could be interesting to people, but no, I do feel like there are definitely ways where we have actually got the right fight. In other ways, we haven't. But still, I feel like it's a good, solid, exciting fight. In my opinion, I do. But I mean, is it fully the right one? Could we have got better here? Possibly, yes, we could have got better. And you never know, we could have saw it further down the line. Have we got it at the right time, though? Because yes, in ways, it does make sense, this fight. It really does make sense, because obviously AJ's, still on his redemption arc, and guessing he went over Ngannou would prove the big points against Fury. I do feel like it's a good name on the record for AJ. And again, obviously, I was moaning a lot about Fury taking the Ngannou fight, but again, Ngannou proved the point against Fury, so we can't really moan about this fight, in my opinion. I really do hope AJ gets the job done, because also this really could be the right fight as well, because Tyson Fury embarrassed British boxing, and boxing in general, and I feel like Anthony Joshua is the right guy to really get us back on track, in my opinion, to really get boxing back on track. British boxing and boxing in general. AJ, obviously, him and Fury are, definitely the two biggest names at heavyweight. So AJ is definitely the right guy to step in and try and get boxing back on track, because obviously Ngannou embarrassed boxing last time out. A guy in his first boxing fight, coming in from MMA, first boxing fight against Fury, and in my opinion, Ngannou got robbed in that fight. AJ now needs to prove a point here, in my opinion, and I think he's the right guy to do that. He was the poster boy of boxing for a very long time. He was the main, he was the face of boxing at a point, especially British boxing. So, I feel like AJ, is, with the following he has, is the guy to do it. Let's be real. He definitely is the right guy to come in and try and prove a point. Because I feel like he's a guy that obviously, brings in the casual audience, will bring in the MMA fans. And it's definitely a big money fight for Francis Ngannou and AJ, of course, as well. So, yeah, I feel like, I do feel like this is the right fight. I do. And I'm excited for it. But yes, there are ways where you never know. We could have gone in another direction here. But as of now, I'm excited for this fight. And I feel like it's a really interesting one as well. Who do I think will win? I do feel like AJ will win this fight. I hope so as well. I will be rooting for AJ, my favorite boxer, obviously. And, I do believe Joshua will get the win. And I feel like he'll be able to do it in good fashion, in my opinion. I feel like AJ will be able to surprise people with the fashion that he's able to beat Ngannou in. But, look, this is a really difficult fight for AJ. And I do feel like after Ngannou's last performance against Fury, this fight definitely intrigues a lot of people. And this fight it is a money fight. So I feel like it's the right fight. Fury and Ngannou, I still stand by, that was not the fight to make. It wasn't. But, with everything that's now happened, this AJ and Ngannou fight, I feel like it's a good fight to make. And I'm excited for it personally. I am. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.